All right, everybody. What's up? What's up? Making sure all the streams are good because I am dual streaming on both the reaction channel and the travel channel. And I wanted to make sure that everything is working properly. What's good, everybody, man? Happy Saturday. Welcome to the channel. And if this is your first time here, guys, my name is Jay, and I primarily do travel videos when I travel all around the world, and I do travel reaction videos on a separate channel called Jay Reacts. And if you are watching this on Jay Reacts, then you should go follow the Tripping with Jay channel on YouTube if you guys want to have those travel videos as well. So I wanted to kind of celebrate hitting 20,000 subscribers with what actually got me here, right, on Tripping with Jay. And what actually got me here was all of the travel reaction videos I did on this channel before I was demonetized for it. And I had to make a separate channel dedicated to the reactions. And I started off with these 3 YouTubers that we're gonna react to today. And if you are watching this on Tripping with Jay, I will have to delete this live right after it ends, so I don't get hit with anything again. So we hit 20K subscribers, guys. 20,000 people in the family. I rarely give myself a Dom DeMarco, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Okay, so I appreciate each and every one of you guys for subscribing and being part of the family, because it is extremely, like, you guys are very supportive. Because if it wasn't for you guys joining the family, participating in the live streams, watching videos, I wouldn't even continue to do this and not continue to make this content, right? Especially the travel vlogs. Those take a lot more time than reaction videos, I promise you that. So let's kick it off, man, with Wodamaya. He's currently at 1.65 million subscribers. And I wanted to watch this video as well, because the title is I Lost My Father. But then in the description, it says it's the father of African software. And yeah, I wasn't going to react to someone losing their actual father. That's like totally not cool. But this is like, I guess, clickbait. So we're gonna watch Wodamaya's clickbait. Go ahead and subscribe to Wodamaya's channel if you guys haven't already. Let me make sure I resize this window. Cool. Let's go ahead and stop the music and let's react, guys, just like the old days.
We've lost a true Pan-African today. That man transcends Ghana. He transcended West Africa, actually. I believe today, in my view, the person we've come to put down is the first unofficial president of Africa.
How do I even start? I just want to say that Happy New Year and welcome to 2025. It's always a pleasure to see you all again. I mean, I've missed you all, but I don't know if you all have also missed me, just like how I've deeply missed you, and I just want to speak to you passionately. I mean, 2024 has been one of my hardest years in my entire life, but I believe that whatever experiences that you have actually prepares you for a greater future. So I'm ready for the challenge. It's been a challenge, and I'm ready for it. You know, it's more like life happened, and if life happened, you have to know how to deal with life. But so far as I have you all still watching these videos of mine, I just want to say thank you, and don't forget to like this video, since this will be my first video in 2025. I know that this is not supposed to be the video that I should be doing in 2025, but the death of this man really hurt me a lot. it's more like I just lost a father again.
Okay.
I lost a mentor. I lost a cherished friend. I lost a man who believed in my dreams. I believe that since my father died, no one has ever believed in my dream just like how Mr. Herman believed in my dream.
Man, that's sad, bro.
I know this is definitely going to be a hard video for me to make, but I feel like I need to pay my last respect to His Excellency. I call him His Excellency because he was more like my president. He believed in me, he believed in Africa.
I went to school in America too. I left 2 weeks after graduation and came back to Africa.
After graduation, 2 weeks you left?
Yes.
But you didn't want to live in America?
No, I can't be second class. There's too much racism. I couldn't.
There is a lot of racism in America, man. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I definitely have to go to Africa, man, because I think it's gonna change my entire outlook on life when I go to Africa.
Herman was iconic. He was a man of the people. He was a man for all seasons. We all know about his his technology. He was a connector of people. He loved humanity. He loved
Damn,
family.
it's a lot of
and
people.
The interesting thing is that when you have an issue and you go to Herman, he would either help you with a story, a riveting story, to make you laugh and forget your problems. If it's financial, he'll probably give you $100 because he'll teach you how to fish. He'll give you a fish once or twice, but he's going to teach you how to fish. And I mean, he's iconic. His vision was oceanic. And if today he's not with us, he continues to live in our hearts and in our minds for what he represented. Thank you.
Damn, that's a big funeral, man.
My dad was an exceptional man. He was funny, he was rambunctious, and he was the most positive person I know.
For me, he was a visionary with a great heart. He loved people. Lord, he loved his country, he was a patriot. And everything he did was sensitive to people.
And if I say he believed in my dreams, I'll say that when he met me, I was homeless. But he was like, you know what? I just want to have impact in your life.
Water. I wouldn't be in Ghana without Herman. I met my wife through Herman. I met my business partners at IMS Park through Herman.
Hey, like when you hear stuff like this, does it ever make you think about, hey, like everyone experiences, passing away, but do you ever think about like your impact on people? Like when you do eventually pass away, who's going to be at your funeral? Like who's going to be able to say things like this about you, even in your passing? Yeah, it really makes you think, especially like how at least the USA is, like at least how America is so like capitalistic driven, and it's always profits over people. But it appears that, when you value people over profits and you really treat people like human beings, you get people like this that say things in your passing. And if you are not treating people like the right way, seeing this little portion here, it should kind of encourage you to treat people a lot better, be more kind to people, and just be more understanding as well. This is why Wode Maya, one of the biggest African YouTubers, is making a video about someone that passed away, right? Because his impact was felt far and wide, and you have someone else giving him his flowers and just letting people know like how great of a man he was. And you want to think to yourself, who's going to say this about me when I pass away? Who's going to say that, hey, Jay was a great person. He was very entertaining. He always helped out. You just want to treat people kindly and better, man, to overall.
My entire social world in Ghana.
What is that one thing that will always remind you of Mr. Herman?
He was a die-hard Pan-Africanist.
You were admirably, unapologetically Pan-Africanist, and you walked the walk when it came to pro-Africanism. You wore only African shirts for as long as we can remember. And you always endeavored to support your own, first and foremost. I remember excitedly telling you the name Jesse and I had chosen for our son, which happened to be of Italian origin. Visibly disappointed, you exclaimed, "Oh, how? Have you ever seen an Italian man called Koju?"
That's crazy,
one
bro.
message he would say is that Africa is it. Invest in Africa, come to Africa, believe in Africa.
And he believed in people.
He believed in me, so
he made me be who I am now. He made me get out of my shell. It made me being someone who can talk to, engage with people, which I never liked it. Thank you, Herman, so much.
So my dad loved Africa so much. He wasn't interested in visiting the West, okay? Everything about Africa to him was so attractive. Sierra Leone was exactly where he loved the most. So while people were going on holidays to France or Jamaica or the Caribbean, somewhere exotic, for him, a jewel in the rough was Sierra Leone.
Okay.
I met him in Sierra Leone back in 2019, and I was just doing what I'm doing, filming my videos, portraying Africa in a positive light. And when I met him, if you're from Sierra Leone, it's called Lester Peak. So I was just busy doing my intro in Lester Peak, and he heard my accent, and he was like, "Ah, we're Ghanaian." No, he didn't even say we're Ghanaian. Like, if we talk right, like, from my accent, he was able to pinpoint the exact place that I am from Ghana.
Damn.
That was it.
That's dope.
We had our first conversations, and I returned to Ghana. So in 2020, when he came to Ghana, he called me and asked me where I am. And I'm like, "Mr. Herman, I don't have a place to stay. I'm actually staying with a friend of mine." A big shout out to Nappy Bricks and Vicente. And Mr. Herman was like, "You know what? Come. I went to see him, and he's like, "You know what you're doing is brilliant, and I want to be part of it. I want to, give you a place to stay."
So do you promise you catch me when I fall?
But he gave us a place to stay. That was his own house. But something happened in the house that I can't just say it in the video. But at the end of the day, we got kicked out from the house. When we got kicked out from the house, Mr. Herman called me with Kofi Anko to Peduase. And he was like, "You know, Maya, I told you I'm going to help you. And I will never let you go just like that."
Wow.
And that is when Mr. Herman introduced me to Max.
Through
Mr. Herman, I got to know all of that.
Yeah.
What went through your mind when Mr. Herman called you that I have this guy who is homeless and he needs a place to stay?
To be honest, part of my success in Accra is because of Mr. Herman. So whenever Mr. Herman calls and he needs a favor, I don't ask questions. I just do it.
Damn.
Yeah?
Wow.
I just do it. So first it was just a favor for Mr. Herman. Then I got to know who you are. And, I'm very spiritual. So I was inspired. Now look, this is a guy that you should take care of. So that's why when you moved in, I never asked questions. I just did as I felt the Spirit told me to do.
This guy never knew me anywhere, but he gave me a place to stay for 1 complete year without asking me to pay for $1.
What?
And he did that just because of Mr. Herman.
Wow.
Today, this man that Mr. Herman introduced to me has become a big part of my journey. He's like a brother, a friend, a father, a mentor, a business partner. So if I'm telling you that Mr. Herman transformed my life, this is what I mean.
Damn, bro. He was like, this guy was so impactful. I could see why Wodamai considers him a father, because literally this guy gave Wodamai a place to stay for an entire year and didn't ask for any money. And literally during that year, he probably created his YouTube channel and started to grow after that point in time. That's crazy, bro. Imagine giving someone a place to stay for an entire year and not charging them anything for it, and just being able to believe in them to a degree. This guy, his impact speaks volumes. You can see how many people are at his funeral, how many people are speaking positively about him. Like, this is absolutely insane. And this is why, this is the purpose of life, bro, is to positively impact people. That is my strong belief. And this guy is an exemplary example of that, right? He's a terrific example. This is like mind-blowing, bro.
I mean, when I met Mr. Herman, even though I believed in Africa, but he made me love Africa one more time. Listen, this is the man that if I spend just 5 minutes, he will not give you money. But by the time you leave his presence, your entire way of seeing things changes. Your brain just gets enriched. And that is why I feel like, I don't know if anyone can fill the gap that this man has left in my life.
He gave out so much advice for free all the time because he really believed that we are the ones who can better our nation and our continent as a whole.
I think we need to embrace indigenous technologies. We need to stop looking abroad for our solutions. We need to look at the young people in Ghana, in Africa. The solutions are here, our people are sharp, and if we give them the chance, they will do it.
One thing I would remember is how much he likes bringing people into his world. I feel like if he sees you are not living in a way that makes sense to him, he will pull you into what makes sense to him. So it always came across as, oh, he's forcing you to do things. But he really just wanted to share what he had, because he had a lot, clearly. He had a lot to share with
That's a lot of people, bro.
Mr. Herman was full of ideas. And one thing that I know is that he believed in partnership. You won't believe if I tell you that the memorial grounds that we are standing on was his idea.
Wow.
What do you do and why did Mr. Herman want to?
Yo, look at the scale of how large that land is. Oh, we got Charles in the building. Shout out to Charles. Appreciate you being part of the family, my friend. We hit 20K subscribers, bruh. Thank you, Charles. Like you're always in the live streams, man, and I really do appreciate it. So yeah, shout out to you, man. And super chats are open as well on the Tripping with Jay channel if you guys are watching from there. But wow, look how large this land is here. Holy.
What do you do and why did Mr. Herman want to?
What do I do? This is what I do. I did this with Herman.
Oh my goodness, so you're the one?
Yes.
See, I won't lie to you.
My wife spoke to you not long.
Before he even passed on, like let's say 2 days before he passed on, he talked about this place.
Yes. He said he was going to link you up. Yes.
What?
Yes.
So you're the partner he was talking about?
Yes. He gave me the land and then I put this up.
No way. I'm so sorry I have to meet him.
Yes.
Because
it's been a terrible loss for me because I was with Herman like a brother. Yeah, we were really close because I knew him at school.
Tell us something about something that defines Mr. Herman.
Herman.
Yeah.
He's a teaser. He'll tease you. He's a teaser. Zero. That we are. Woo, Herman.
That is a huge funeral, man.
I really can't believe this is happening, but it is what it is. It's about time for all of us to accept that that is life. We all came, and at the end of the day, we will all go. But one of the things that I believe that the legacy that he really left behind will forever remain on it. Demil for you, Mr. Herman. Resting. I came to tell you that we have an encore. I believe God has plans for my life. But one thing that I know, that God used Mr. Herman to transform my life. I mean, I was Wadamaya back in 2020, but I was still lost until I met Mr. Herman. I mean, when I met Mr. Herman, I was homeless, but you did not know.
Wow.
Mr. Herman, wherever you...
Wow. He said he was homeless in 2020, bro. And I think we were watching, at least I was watching Wadamaya in 2020 during the pandemic, and I had no idea he was homeless. Holy. So this guy really, really, really helped Wadamaya kind of become who he is today.
You are. May your soul rest in perfect peace. Wherever you are, may the good Lord keep you safe till we meet again. Can't believe I'm doing this, man. I can't believe that I'm doing this video for Mr. Herman, man. Continue to play a major role in the work that I do, to the extent that most of the people that came for the funeral actually got to know me through Mr. Herman. Wow. He was more like my unofficial ambassador. I mean, most of the business interviews that I do, he was always behind the questions. I mean, there was a time that I spent the entire day with him, and he was like, I have a surprise for you. Not knowing he was taking me to meet the former president.
Oh, of Ghana.
I mean,
holy.
Wow. Even my interview with the current president of Ghana, the questions were set by Mr. Herman.
What? Bro, this guy was a huge impact, man.
He showed me what to do with money. And one of the things were more like investing in real estate.
Yes.
And if he's no more today, what a best way to honor him with the things that he showed me. said I want to do all it takes to continue the legacy of Mr. Herman. So you know what I did? So this is Barrow's place, and the guy who built this whole apartment is actually the guy that Mr. Herman introduced me to. And since we've been friends, he's been a mentor, he's been a business partner, I decided to invest in here too. So one of the units that I own in here, I decided to use it to honor the memory of His Excellency Herman Chinwe Hesse. Welcome to Herman Suites, a luxury minimalist studio apartment.
Oh wow, so that's his real estate.
Right here at Barrows in honor of late legendary Herman Chinwe Hesse.
Wow.
And when you come into this room, know that his spirit will be with you. And trust me, it's a good one. Because this is a guy that I wish I can still communicate with him in spirit. So this is more like a plaque just to honor him in here. This apartment is dedicated to the legacy of Herman Chinwe Hesse, a visionary, pioneer, and a cherished friend, known as the father of African software. In Ghana, most people call him the Bill Gates of Africa.
What?
But to me, he was more than a father. And one of the things that I believe was more of his motto is true greatness isn't measured by what we achieve for ourselves, but by what we inspire in others. And I'm here to let you all know that.
Damn.
Mr. Herman inspired me. And whenever I get the opportunity, I also inspire others. It doesn't matter how many years you spend on planet Earth, but what you do whilst you're on Earth, because that legacy must continue forever. Mr. Herman, rest in perfect peace once again. And I just want you to know wherever you are that I appreciate every little thing that you did for me. And to the family of Mr. Herman, of which I belong to the family too, I will say, may the good Lord comfort us all, especially the mother.
Amen.
Bro, this part is pretty sad, bro. Holy.
The memories are sweet.
Because when Mr. Herman passed on, I went to the family to see the mother. And as soon as the woman saw me, she was like, finally, Wodamaya is here to tell me where my son is. And at that moment, I broke into tears.
Oh, shit.
Mommy, may the good Lord strengthen you. May the good Lord
Bro, that's sad, man.
comfort you. I know what you're going through right now, because I know it's the same God who gives and the same God that takes. It shall be well with us all.
I'd like to thank you all for your positivity. The international community has been extremely generous in their outpouring of love and their kind words and wishes. We would like to say a huge thank you. We'd like to say that you all remain so precious to us. And we hope that even though he's gone, that we'll be able to maintain those relationships with you now and forever. Thank you.
Damn, man, that is sad, but guys, you have to realize like the actual strength of the impact that this guy had. So he essentially he propagated Wodamaya's message because he gave Wodamaya the ability and the time to grow his YouTube channel, and Wodamaya's influence spread worldwide. And now the whole world knows about Africa, right? And it all came from this guy, Herman. he helped out Wode Maya in the end. Wode Maya is showing Africa to all of us, bro. So this guy was extremely important. And I'm glad that I was able to watch this video and we were able to react to it together. And I was like, as soon as the video was released, I was curious. I'm like, whoa, Wode Maya really lost his father? But then like today, when I was pulling up the video, I'm like, okay, it's someone that was very impactful in his life. So that, yeah, RIP, man. It's definitely a tough time when you lose someone that is that impactful in your life. Let's see, Charles. Yeah, Charles, I already corrected the date, bro. So thank you for that, man. You know, my other channel is stuck in 2024. But let's move on to the next video. Let's not move too far. And it is from Stephen Ndukwu, one of our favorite YouTubers. I actually like both videos. All three videos, actually. All three. Yeah, you guys can kind of see what's coming up. But let's see. Stephen Ndukwu is next. So let's kind of do an intro for Stephen's video here. And guys, make sure you're subscribed to Stephen Ndukwu's YouTube channel. And this is a part 2 of a video that we actually reacted to. And it was about the Nigerian millionaires that Stephen thought were frauds. And he's doing a part 2 of I investigated Nigeria's abandoned $1 million village mansions. So let's go ahead and watch and see what part 2 has to offer for us, because part 1 was damn near a year ago. So let's go ahead and react to this. And guys, go ahead and subscribe to Stephen Ndukwu's YouTube channel. And let's go ahead and react, guys. Super chats are open still. Just celebrate 20K subscribers. Help out your boy, support the channel. Let's go ahead and react.
It is the beginning of the Christmas celebration. People from the Igbo-speaking part of Nigeria are returning back to their villages to celebrate the Christmas and the New Year. All road leads to the eastern part of Nigeria. Some arrive in their multi-million-dollar car.
Oh my gosh. They got Rolls Royces in Africa? Who would have thought? Y'all wouldn't even have seen this, man. People think people in Africa are living in huts. They living better than you. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. They have Rolls Royces in Nigeria, bro. There's some money in Africa. People just don't know about it.
Entourage, while others use their business jets and touch down their villages. These wealthy Nigerians own mansions, I mean mega mansions, with price tag running into millions of dollars. Some of these homes even feature emergency helipads, nightclubs, 18 bedrooms.
The total bedroom we have here is 18 rooms.
Land size double of that of a football field.
This building is on 30,000 square meters.
The irony here is that as expensive and huge as these homes may be, they don't live here permanently.
70% don't live here. They just build and
they only visit once or twice a year for a few days, and for many others, their mansions are left empty for years and accumulate dust. Some of these rich Igbos live abroad. They send millions of dollars back home to construct these mega mansions. I'm going to investigate this tradition and explain why. In the previous episode, we watched them flaunt their mansions and visited some of their homes. But in this particular episode, we traveled with them, lived with them, and dined with them. For the first time, I flew multiple private jets, drove in bulletproof cars, saw expansive convoys, met with superstars, all to tell the story of the Igbo culture of Eastern Nigeria. This is not just a show-off of wealth, but has a strong cultural and social significance, which you would understand if you watch this documentary to the end.
Bro,
I would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories this year, and give this video a like so the video can be seen by a lot more people.
I'm intrigued. Let's watch.
Most Igbo men, they build mansions in their village. Yes, they might not be there all the time because they have to go and hustle. Any money that you've made, if you have not taken that money to your hometown, you have not made money.
All right, so behind me is it's a very big mansion, right? It belongs to Dr. Ned, one of the real estate tycoons. I'm actually here at his mansion, the village mansion. It's a very big mansion. Off the top of my head, the land space 15,000 square meters. Looking at the mansion, I mean, I haven't gone in yet. Probably upwards of 7 bedrooms. It has
15,000.
Like there's security watch towers. Right here, they got like more green space on here. They got a nightclub, and they also have like a guest chalet.
A
on there for
nightclub
guests
is
as well.
crazy.
He has like a helipad somewhere down there that he said he's going to use it for emergencies. I'm not sure what emergency that would be. I know so well, he's such a very busy person, traveling the world, doing business and stuff, so he will not visit this home more than twice a year. I'm probably going to ask him what the motivation for owning such a big villa in his village is. Wow, look at this door. Turn around and look at this door. It looks like something that was made in ancient Egypt. This is the living area right here.
This is OD.
Living room number 2. Look at the high ceiling. Like, so high. Wow.
Whoa.
I don't know how much this costs, but I wish I could play piano. I don't know, people buy these things in their homes as aesthetics. This thing looks like a piano nobody uses, but and it looks expensive. So, and the dining section.
Wow, bro.
No cap on here.
This building is on 30,000 square meters.
30,000? Are you serious?
Bro,
But it doesn't look
30,000
like it.
square meters?
30,000.
30,000 square meters is crazy. 30,000. Bro, that's like a neighborhood. That's an entire block, bro.
Everything we have here is about 30,000 square.
From this fence to the last fence?
The last up to the other side.
Damn.
Oh, okay. So you own all the way down.
We own most of the building. The land. Don't worry, I'll host you in my nightclub, in my lounge.
Right here in his mansion, he's got like an area that he wants to turn it into a nightclub, like he said. So you can see like their speakers, the normal ambient lighting. So when his friends come to visit him, he's going to host them here. A nightclub, like, yo, all of these things. When do you have the time to use it?
Times when I come here, we're on a 21-day holiday. And we've done like 6 days, and it's been fun. So each time I come here, I try to maximize it, I can have my own parties, I can play tennis, I can play football.
Bro.
It's quite fun,
Is that why the Igbo people love to own mansions in the village?
Maybe, I didn't have a mansion before. I had a small bungalow that I had. I just wanted to build something that I'll be proud of,
Something that will always entice you to want to come back home.
Yes, absolutely. And see, the center point of my building this house is me, Each time my wife goes into her bedroom, she said she wishes she could take this down to Lagos. Even my house in Lagos, it doesn't have this kind of bedroom.
He also owns the finest hotel in his village called Hotel by Ned, with all of these amenities, a pool, a gym, a nice restaurant. And of course, I stayed here for some days. In the previous episode, we visited this mansion with 12 bedrooms.
We have 12 bedrooms and 13 bathrooms.
Sitting on 10,000 square meters.
Oh, this was the guy that married the American chick. I remember her. Okay.
Owned by a Nigerian man living in America.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
He confirmed he built this house communicating with the
This is the guy that had the dealerships in America, and he made his money from the dealerships in America. I remember this guy. Holy.
Via WhatsApp.
Guys, this house was built remotely, guys.
This house,
built
100% built, furnished remotely.
I never visited this house until it was completed.
This is our first time in the house.
Although a lot of people critique the lack of greenery with no outdoor utility given to these properties, it is worth to note these Igbos don't live in this home permanently, and those facilities need constant maintenance.
Wow, it's a lot of light here. I'm wondering what the light bill is like.
After a few research, I found out why the Easterners in Nigeria love to build such edifices in their villages.
Our culture, we believe that if you have whatever you have and it's not come to your hometown, it's nothing.
Right from the onset, if you go to Lagos or go anywhere and you make money, you need to come back home. Igbo men normally come back home to showcase their wealth because they say that
C6
Empire, which means that if your wealth gets to the house, they will know who made it.
And they say that Corona.
Yeah.
So it is something that is Igbo inheritance. Yeah, it's a waste of money, I can tell you that. It is a waste of money. Don't think that you're going to build a house in a village and you go to the bank and say, hey,
I need a loan.
I need a loan. You're not getting anything.
Before the war, the Igbos were not, very keen about building in their villages. or something happened.
You see, during and after the Nigerian Civil War in 1970, Nigeria and the Nigerian government destroyed a lot of properties belonging to the Biafrans, which were predominantly the Igbos.
Oh.
Biafra was a sectionist state in West Africa that existed from 1967 to 1970, established by an Igbo military officer and Eastern Regional Governor. The war between Biafra patriots and the Nigerian government lasted 3 years. Eventually, when the war ended, peace was restored and a lot of Easterners, which are the Igbos, had to return back to their homeland.
When in 1967 the Igbos came back, from the various parts of Nigeria, where they were dislocated, they discovered that they didn't have a house, and it became a big problem.
That was a realization to the Igbos.
Oh my gosh. Yo, did y'all see that house? Holy.
And it became a big problem.
That was...
Bro, this house here? I think we saw it in the last episode, if you guys ever have been keeping up with it. But this house is incredible. Like, do you guys see? Like, it looks like an estate. It looks like a hotel. Bro, this is in Africa, man. This is not in the West, bro. People in Africa on the continent have money like this. They are not living in huts, man. Don't let the mainstream media confuse you guys into thinking that there's nothing in Africa. There's nothing of worth in Africa. But yet you see irrefutable evidence that there is wealth in Africa, and you see it right here. This is incredible, man. I love watching videos that kind of highlight the beauty of Africa and that there is wealth and wealthy people on the continent. And there aren't many YouTubers that are going to visit Africa besides the ones that we know of, right? Wodamaya, Tayawaina, Stephen Ndukwu, maybe like an American travel YouTuber here and there go to Africa, go to certain countries. Like I know Austin Holloman is in Kenya. International Zoe went to Kenya as well. Some of these American travel YouTubers are visiting there, but you see no other real mention of Africa outside of like that bubble of YouTubers. More of us have to go visit, man. Like, this is beautiful.
It's a realization to the Igbos that one needs a big house back at home.
And as they were rushing on to build their houses, more and more millionaires were coming, and they were emulating them. And then the Igbo competitive nature now came in. Well, we always think about my message is being longer than this. It's a positive competition. If your neighbor buys a car, you want to buy a better car.
Yeah.
If your neighbor builds a house, you want to build a better house. So it now became like a culture. Once you make your first money, you rush home to build a good house.
This belief has been passed down to the younger generation, which you can see them building huge homes because they are wary of making the same mistakes made by their fathers.
Guys, I was walking on the road. I couldn't help but admire this mansion. Look at the height. Look at the height. Go back so that they can look at the height of the gate. So it's so tall. Come, let's go inside. Good day, sir.
Good day.
I was walking on the road and I saw this mansion. There are a few homes in this neighborhood, but this particular one just stands out amongst all of them. Was that your idea when you were building this? You want to outdo everybody in this location?
I'm not outdoing anything.
Yeah.
Well, whatever thing you're seeing here is 100% of my idea.
Bro.
I believe it's something that
Yo, he's so well-mannered and timid and just calm. He's like, yeah, I didn't do this to outdo anybody else. I did this just strictly for me. And the way that his demeanor is so calm, this guy got some bread, bro. Like when you have that demeanor about you, like you just have that confidence, like, yeah, I built this big mansion just for me, not to just outdo anybody else. Bro, look how many phones he has in his hands, bro. Those are 4 phones. Why does he have so many phones?
I've been looking up for a very long period of time.
When I came here, I was expecting to see a more elderly person.
It's a Samsung Fold.
The one that owns this house. But then I'm meeting like a very young guy that I believe you're in your early 30s.
Yeah.
So how many bedrooms here?
The total bedroom we have here is 18 rooms.
18.
What?
In total.
Wait, hold up.
18.
18 rooms, like 1/8. Is this a hotel or a residential home?
This is not a hotel. This is 100% a residential.
What is the size of your family? Do you guys have like an extended family for you to have 18 rooms?
Okay, I'll brief you on something. I think what motivated me to do this is, in my younger age, I think this is the first time I'm coming in to my hometown. We didn't have the opportunity to spend more time here in our hometown. We have more than 1,400 square meter here.
Of total land area?
Total
Does it come with the pool and all this in gym?
It doesn't come with the pool, but
Yeah.
then the space I created for the pool, which is here, I had to do it to honor my late dad.
Your dad, yeah?
Yeah. So that is more like his monument, something.
Tell us a little bit about what you do for work.
I'm the CEO, Maputes Group of Company Limited. Okay, Maputes Group of Company gave birth to Rostome Homes.
That's real estate?
Yeah.
Construction?
Construction and real estate. I'm into Turkey furnitures, 100% Turkey. I'm also into production and importation of POP cement.
If you were to sell this house, how much would you sell it for?
Truth be told, I won't sell it less than 600, 550 million.
Bro, a mansion with 18 rooms in Nigeria goes for $375,000 USD. Bro. Oh, the sound. Where's the sound? There we go. All right, guys. To put that into perspective, the average home here on the West Coast, or at least in Nevada, is $440,000. And that is like for a three bedroom, maybe 2.5 baths. And in California, the median housing price is around $700,000 to $800,000. Just to put that into perspective, you can build 2x of these in Nigeria for the price of a regular house in California. In Nevada, this is about 1.25 of these houses in Nigeria. Guys, if you have the means to purchase property in Ghana, Nigeria, anywhere in Africa, you could buy the land, sit on the land, and cash flow the build of the house. And once the house build is completed, you can move in there, have a passive source of income, and retire, bro. I know a whole lot of YouTubers like want to go to Thailand, the Philippines, Southeast Asia in general, or Latin America to retire in because it's affordable to live in. But don't discount or don't overlook Africa. You get to be in a country that speaks English, right? The Philippines, they speak English as well, but you're in a place where everyone looks like you. And there's wealth there. This is the stuff that needs to be like perpetuated in mainstream media. Invest in Africa. 375, bro. I thought he was about to say like 500 to 600K. Not 375, bro. I just sold a house that was for 440 here in Nevada. And it was nowhere near this.
I think the list is
crazy, bro.
How long did it take you to build this house from foundation to moving in?
We started the project majorly this 2024.
Yeah.
April. As God may have it, we were able to round it up before December.
I want to
8
pause
months.
for a bit and announce exclusively to you watching this video that in a few weeks, I'll be launching an online academy, Content Make Money 27. After a few much, I want to teach online academy, your phone, video.
Yeah, we do it live, guys.
To submit send you an email. You're going to be one of the pricings. These things can be very expensive.
We have the royal sets and then the contemporary sets when it comes to furniture. So the royal sets can be a bit expensive. The contemporaries are expensive as well. There's this royal set in my showroom that is 105 million naira.
105 million?
A complete set.
And
Both the dining and the, people are buying it. This is room, this is room, this is room.
How much does it cost to maintain this house?
Maintenance per week?
Yeah.
Per week.
I spend almost 150,000.
150 every
for the cleaners, yeah.
Wow.
To come clean it up and
weekly.
Weekly, yeah.
Oh,
Something that you're going to find in most Igbo mansions as well is like sculptures, big sculptures. They spend a lot of money on these things. I notice these things in mansions. Usually we see statues like this.
Okay.
Is it something with the Igbo people, or does it have another meaning other than just to beautify the house?
So it doesn't have any other meaning than to beautify the house. To me, I feel like it's something that when you have it in your house, it has these special beautifications and portraits gets to the house.
Something else that was criticized is the roofing style.
Look at all the roofs spiking everywhere. It's fascinating.
I found this video of this creator by the name of Arvin.
Bruh, as many reaction videos as I do of Stephen Nduku's channel, how am I not featured right here, bro? Come on, Stephen. Come on, man. I commented on this video too. Include me, bro. Wouldn't it be crazy if I was like the next content creator? Because I haven't seen this video yet. Like, wouldn't that be crazy if we see us on here reacting to us? All right.
Her dad reacting to the previous episode, and he highlighted some things which I feel I want to give feedback to. So if you're watching this, these are the feedbacks, right? So the first thing he talked about was the roofing style.
So architecturally speaking, they're imitating the Greek and the Roman architecture. The height of the roof is definitely more than the building itself. And the funny thing is that they don't give any utility. Like, it's not like an attic. It's just an empty space. They're not even utilizing that space. You can see there's no windows on the roof.
This roofing style is what you're going to see, I noticed, in most northern part of Nigeria and also the eastern part. After asking questions around, I was told, first of all, it's because of durability. Now, a lot of people that own these homes, they don't live here permanently. This way of roofing has been proven to stand the test of time and can stand harsh weather conditions. So because they are not always in these homes, they might not quickly see any leakages that comes with flat roofs. A lot of people in the world now are adopting modern designs, flat roof and everything. So what is the idea behind this big roof that goes up to the sky?
To me, I believe so much in durability. I'm trying to avoid the unnecessary maintenance.
Yeah.
So I think this pattern of the roofing is much more durable.
Durability is one. So flat roofing style requires skill set from a contractor. Most people building in the village, they don't have that skill set to build flat roofs. So that is why they're just going to proceed with the typical roofing style that they're going to find in every other person's house. And that's to explain why.
But if you ask me, the roofing style suits the mansions just well. It looks as huge as the houses. A flat roof on a huge mansion wouldn't blend. I'm just thinking out loud.
So because of how the roof is, like, it is impossible to have any leakage. And yeah, it's just empty inside. There's really nothing in there.
The sacrifice they're making to show off the roof completely, architecturally speaking, affects not just the look of the house, but also dictates your tighter living spaces when you had so much land to play around with.
I mean, for a few other people, it's more of like a status symbol. These roofing styles, they're actually very expensive, right? And most of the time, they're even more expensive than the flat roofs, you know, because you can see, like, they're really high. So for some people, it's status, like, you know, which means you're rich, you're very rich. So it's durability, access to the expertise, and status symbol.
Can you spot who's the richest person in the neighborhood? This guy.
So the second thing he pointed out was lack of greenery.
And again, no tennis court, no utility given to the property, no vegetable garden. You could plant 100 trees over here and made it something really cool, but they've just kind of left it, which is really interesting. Is like they build it, but they don't give it utility. Okay, so where's the swimming pool? Where's the backyard? Where's the grass? Where's the tennis court? Nothing. It's just a huge compound, and it literally looks like the barracks for the military for me.
Once again, after asking questions, most of these gardens and landscaping, they require some sort of maintenance, like people, you know, constantly cutting and maintaining these things. Once again, because they don't live in this property, for some of them, you're going to build what you know, right? You know, like this gentleman that has tiles all through his, you know, his surrounding, when he can as well do greenery. That's his definition of luxury. That's what he knows. And also, like the recreational facility he mentioned, I feel most of these people are not very athletic. So why have a pool? Why have a tennis court? Like, instead of have those things, they're just going to put tiles on there. He also mentioned the security
almost all of these houses have a watchtower where it's got a second story with a balcony. And I think in this video, you can kind of see people, I don't know if they're holding a gun, but it's got like a military outpost to it.
Yeah, most of these homes you're going to have, they have security watch towers. And this is something that I questioned it and I asked a little bit of question, but I think it's a no-brainer. Most of these people, they're very successful people, they're very rich people. And when they go back to the village, they go with like very expensive cars. Like Nigeria is a country where a lot of wealthy people are very concerned about security. So even the person I was with, Dr. Ned, had like so many security. People, army, military personnel, police, like even had like a tanker truck, a truck that had like I don't know what gun that is. There have been like several incidents in the past where people have been, you know, shot or whatever in the east. So they're just being like extra careful to make sure, you know, while they're back home enjoying their mansions and doing their giveaways, nobody is trying to kill them or stuff like that. So most of these properties, you're going to find this watchtower that's usually at the gates. Yeah, maybe it's a Nigerian thing.
It's not just about showing off or letting the whole community know they are rich.
But the good thing is also a motivation for the young ones in the village. That they can actually work hard and be able to get something. So it's not what they see around them is the end of the life.
To get a balanced narrative, I even asked people of the community what they think about the Igbo culture, if it is intimidating or inspiring them.
What do you think about the Igbo people building mansions in the village?
Igbo they say Akuruno. That shows that you are an honorable person in the country.
First of all, you go build a house for your father's house first. I say in my hometown, I'm from Ojo, I go build a house for my father's house before going build a house to a city. What if I say I do business for abroad or I go rent house, they want where my children go live for the moment. Then if I get money here, I go build a house first before going to that city, go build a house. So the person who build a house for his father's house is good. Then after when you get another money, you go build a house for where you do business, maybe abroad or Lagos support.
Well, how does it make you feel? Does it make you feel intimidated or inspired to make money so that you can build?
No, it's not intimidated. It's inspired to make money.
If you go city make money, you go send money, go back house, make them build mansion.
I'm not even send money. I go by myself, go build the house well. Leave farm, go township again.
So you as young boy right now, if you go city now, go make money, you go come back do the same thing.
Yes, of course I would. That means even as I'm thinking to do better than them.
Most of the time, you do it without the roads in front of their house. They put street lights. Are you seeing? Not just you building a mansion. Go to the front of the road leading to the house. You see that they will do standard code, tar road.
Yeah.
They will put street lights. So if not for any other thing, the community is benefiting from that.
Yeah.
The street will be lit up in the night.
Yeah.
So night businesses can exist. At least since the government cannot do it, Igbo men, individuals are doing it on their own now.
We did all of this road, everything you see.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
We've been doing this stuff for about 8 years.
8 years?
Yeah.
He has also constructed over 5 kilometers of road within his community.
An indoor hall, squash and table tennis, indoor.
Is it free for the community?
Free.
Free. Squash and
you've got
tennis.
some treadmills here. Do some exercise. Then you have your 4-a-side straight off here.
Yeah. So what the Igbos do is that once they make money, they put lights, they put water, they tar the road and all that. And it brings, and so if your friend ties the road to his house,
you
go to your village, you want to do the same thing, and tell him, come to my village and see that I've also done my own.
Yeah.
So it's a positive kind of competition. And by so doing, you go around the Igbo communities and you see that everywhere they have lights, but that light is not coming from a grid. No, is that the man is generating his 100 kV.
Yeah.
But it's all good.
Yeah.
Like this new hospital being renovated by Dr. Kennedy.
Do you remember the day I came here?
Yes, sir.
How was the roof? But now, Uncle, so we changed it, we tiled everywhere, tiled a fixed new set of toilets, fixed windows. So far you paint here. From it, I want to paint here. Fire look at the lab, hopefully this week. On the one lab, I bet you do solar. Go on there, enjoy. Then I put a doctor and ever, doctor and ever, and then the mother. This one will go off.
Thank you.
All this place will transform. They'll repaint, they'll paint those buildings, you know, move this water tank to the side.
So prior to now, they were using like outdated structure without roof that would protect them against rain. They lacked facility without electricity. He's rebuilding some things on here, and in this land here, he wants to build a 100-bed hospital for the community.
Damn.
With solar. So yeah, I got to learn like the Igbo people, even though they leave the village where they come from, when they come back to build these mansions, they also get to contribute to the community, whether it be schools, hospitals, roads, street lights.
So this building was done by an age grade. So what we did is they didn't fix windows, they didn't put roof. They put a roof, but the roof was damaged, you know. So the kaka. So we changed it. We put protectors, we put windows, we tiled it. We did 3 buildings here.
Bro,
is it a government clinic or
Yeah, health center has been here since 1950. Before I was born.
We just finished building that school. That's
you're building a school for the community?
For the community,
Oh,
yes.
that's
We built that school that you guys drove by. There was no school though. It was a six classroom elementary school that I just finished, and waiting for a few things, and we'll give it back to the community.
Bro.
You see, the Christmas holiday is not just a time where the Igbos return home to flaunt their luxury cars and houses. The wealthy sons and daughters come back with goodies to share to the community.
Something you should know about the Igbo people is they are all about communal living. When some of the sons of the soils that left the village to go abroad, to go, you know, make a life for themselves, when they finally return back home to their mansions, they come all together and then they try to, you know, make the community know that they have arrived, and it usually happens through so many means. One of which is you're going to see a lot of mini gatherings like this in their houses where they call people. They distribute bag of rice, like you can see, all of this bag of rice.
That's
they're gonna
dope.
go
Okay.
to all these people right here. So these are like members of the immediate community.
Conviviality is part of the Igbo culture.
Yeah.
You know, sharing with one another. When we come back during festivities, the expectation is that the man who came in from outside is more buoyant, and so he shares whatever goodies he had come back from wherever he went to.
I noticed this. Every wealthy Igbo person I follow on social media had a gathering where they get to share bags of rice, chicken, cash, and so many food items to their immediate community. The
Wow.
people of this community really look up to this time of the year because they know a wealthy son or daughter from their community will return to the village with goodie bags. So they all gather and sing praises to the donors and receive their goodie bags.
Dude, this culture is amazing.
Like they say, you can only tell true wealth if you go back home and empower the people of your village, and to show them that your wealth is genuine. You come back home, you do roads, you do street lights, you do churches, hospitals, and you give back to the community. Like they say, the people are the government.
Thanks to Dr. Kennedy Okonkwo for the gifts, for the Christmas gifts. I really appreciate it. God bless him and guide him throughout this year and next year to come. Thank you. We love him. We love him. We love him. Very good to us.
As part of the holiday in the village, visiting each other is part of the tradition. You come to mine and I go to yours, and they buy expensive drinks and drink together.
Ooh, McAllen.
Cheers to great
Bro.
day. Cheers to the fitness Hotel CP.
Yes,
because we have Hotel CP Global. You know, the lifestyle
to electric cars. Yes, to our brother Ijele, World Star.
Yes, World Hits.
Man, I could consider London. I had bam. I got consider everywhere. So no one can
It's been very interesting here in the East, just getting to see how like the Igbo people like spend Christmas. It's usually marked by just visiting friends, having drinks here, having drinks there, going for, ceremonies, a way of like rekindling the past relationship you had with your friends, with immigration, and everybody living, so it's really hard to get in touch with friends and families, but very interesting to see like a lot of people are keeping that tradition alive, going back home, spending time with friends, celebrating the Christmas in the village, enjoying their village mansion. I'm just here soaking up all the experience, and trust me, like this has been one of the best Christmas I have had in a long time.
Oh, we're about to go on the
So
PJ.
to the Igbos,
okay, never mind.
building a mansion in the village is not just for show off. For some of them, it is a holiday home, while for others, they are leaving an inheritance for their children. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end, and you can watch this other episode next.
Yeah, that was pretty good, man. Can't even lie. And to be able to display how people in Africa actually live instead of just relying on what the mainstream media is going to show you guys, and actually seeing it real time is amazing. Okay, man, we're about an hour and some change in. So let's see, man. I want to see, how long is this video? 20 minutes? Okay. We can do this. Okay. So we're ending it with one of our favorite people, Tayo Aina, one of our favorite YouTubers. So he's just over 1 million subscribers. So shout out to Tayo Aina, and go subscribe to his channel as well. And the title of this video is, sorry, the camera's in the way. So how he went from $500 to $50 million per year. And we're gonna react to this together, guys. And let's go ahead and check this video out.
Meet Kazim, a British Nigerian entrepreneur who started his journey by selling shisha on the streets of South London. He learned how to flip houses in his early 20s, turning abandoned buildings around and selling.
Bro, first of all, can we actually like look at the ongoing theme from each of these videos from the live stream? Each of the 3 videos mentioned having real estate and building wealth in the same sentence. So if this doesn't go to show you that you need to own some type of real estate in order to like be wealthy, this should be an indicator of it, right? Own real estate, and you can, that real estate will grow in value, which will make you more wealthy.
Them for millions of pounds. What would you say is your biggest profit you've made on a single property?
There's some deals where I've made in excess of £500,000.
Profit?
Profit, yes.
Today, he owns over 20 properties in the UK and has completed over £50 million in transactions.
Over the last 18 months, collectively, that's the GDV.
50 million?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. Today, I'm flying to London to spend the weekend with him and learn exactly how he did it.
Wow. This is gonna be a good video.
How did you get into this space? You're Nigerian, right?
Nigerian, right? Nigerian and English.
Nigerian and English.
Yeah.
Okay. Which side of the family is?
My dad's Nigerian,
okay.
Lagosian. I was born in the UK, mum's English. I've been in property now for about 13 years, I think I bought my first
13
property.
years. When you were trying to get your first property, was it, first of all, where did the money come from?
So the first ever one was from my first business. So that shisha lounge at the time, like shisha markups were like insane. Like you're buying shisha for like the equivalent of like £1 and you're selling it for like £30.
Oh, wow,
So we were
really?
just turning that over, and then we had the shisha lounge. We had pop-ups at some of the biggest like night.
That's why freaking hookah and shisha is so damn expensive, because people are marking it up, man. I'm just upset because I paid $70 for a hookah in Cancun or in Playa del Carmen in Mexico. Crazy.
In the UK, and we were also doing festivals. So we were doing like thousands of pounds of profit every day. But we didn't own the building. We only had something called a license to trade rather than a lease, which meant at any point the landlord could say, listen, get out. Like, you know, you're doing really well, just get out. You know, mentally, I said, okay, whatever I do next, I have to own. So like, that was like, and I think it's very much like a Nigerian mentality, you know. We don't rent, we buy.
That's a good mentality to have.
What property is this one?
So we bought 4 properties recently at the Savills auctions.
Okay.
So they're one of the biggest UK auction houses. Then they're all very similar. So this one is a 1-bedroom ground floor flat.
Okay.
What we're going to be doing is we've got full planning to extend the property with a side return extension. So that's when you go out to the rear and across the side. So we're going to take it from being a 1-bedroom flat to a 2-bedroom flat.
Ooh, boy. All right, let's go over the costs. I think they just showed the cost of this property. So 430,000 pounds. That's roughly, what is that? 460,000 USD. Renovation 110. He about to sell the house for 800,000 pounds. Bro is making bank on. He's pretty much doing the Burr method. So he's buying the property, renovating it, either renting or just he's just flipping houses, bro. And he's making so much money. So purchasing real estate, guys, really builds wealth. That's it. Getting your first property is the hardest, but then the subsequent properties are a little bit easier.
You can see in terms of what we've done, we've had to replace all of the ceilings, so they've all come down.
Oh my gosh.
Complete rewire, and then we've also changed the layout.
Oh,
so
okay.
this was previously just one room, and it would have been the living room to the property. But now it's actually going to be bedroom number 1 just here. Just here is going to be the family bathroom. This is now going to be the principal bedroom, and then there's going to be an ensuite shower room for the principal bedroom.
Is this how most houses in London are?
In terms of the
UK?
floors, yes. So a lot of them will have a timber floor. You do get some with like concrete slab floors as well. But yeah, most of them are going to be timber.
Wow, bro. This is nice.
Do you usually buy properties and then make those changes, or do you just buy and sell, or you try to flip them?
Yeah, so when we're flipping, it's all about adding value. Over the years previously, you could have really relied on just the market pulling you along.
Yeah.
So it's like, just buy a property, prices go up, and you kind of win-win. Whereas now, when the market conditions are a little bit tougher, you've really got to make sure that you can add that value. So in an area like this, where the prices are expensive per square foot, adding that additional space adds a lot of additional value. So this one, for example, we bought it for approximately 430,000. We're probably going to spend around 110,000 refurbishing out with the rear extension, and it's going to go to market offers in excess of 800,000.
Oh wow, so that's like 200K plus?
Yeah, so that 200K on the uplift side, which is nice.
That's some good money.
Not too bad, not too bad. We can buy some snacks.
Yo, that's incredible.
Why the orange Porsche?
You know, I'm not a car person, so I actually ordered this car online. But then it took like 6 months to make it. So for that whole 6 months, I'm thinking, what idiot orders an orange Porsche? But I couldn't change it at this point. But when it came, I actually liked it, and I still like the car now.
It is a nice color, though.
Which one?
This one. So it's another lower grounds. Like you said, when you find something that works, we just rinse and repeat. So we go again.
Okay.
So this one, outside, we had to do all of the new stairs. These were really old wrought iron stairs that we fixed up to make sure they're much nicer.
Bro.
So guys, we need to wear this on our shoes so we don't mess up the floor.
So this one,
Damn.
a lot further along, probably 98, 99% finished. This room's really stayed in its same layout, but we've moved the kitchen from the rear of the property
Oh,
to the
that's
front
nice.
to create this like open plan kitchen living room feel.
Oh.
That's the bedroom. You then got the shower rooms. This is a very small micro flat.
This is nice. Let me check. There's something I do in all my apartments. I have the tile iron shower test.
Oh, to check if you can stand. It's right, barely. It's just on your head.
Yeah, but it's still.
You can still manage.
I can still manage. I can still manage.
As long as you're not still growing.
Yo, this is nice.
Can you give us a breakdown in terms of
Holy.
So this one, I believe we purchased for 373,000 at auction. Then
Nice.
got auction associated costs, which are probably another £6,000 of fees we paid. We then had the stamp duty, which costs circa another maybe £20,000.
Damn.
We then got our cost of finance, so the cost of actually borrowing the money, which is £30,000. And we then got the cost of the renovation. We've got new kitchens, new bathrooms. All of the woodwork has been changed. That's skirtings, alcatraves. So all in, I say, yeah, we're probably in for about 500K. And this will be
500K.
going to the market around the 600 mark.
So that means the profit on this will probably be like 100.
About 100K over a sort of like 6 to 9 month period.
How many projects are you doing?
Bro, Imagine making 100K in 6 months. And this is just one of your properties. You have multiple ongoing construction being sold at once. Imagine selling 2 of those kinds of properties in 6 months. You're making 200K. And you're not even doing a whole bunch of work. You're literally hiring people to do the construction and hiring a real estate agent to sell the property. You're just sitting back and enjoying the profits, bro. Owning real estate is your key to wealth. For the everyday person, that's your key to wealth, bro.
You know, at the moment.
So at the moment, we got the 4 flats over in Croydon. We've then got this Fulham one you come to, the other Fulham one, Brixton, Clapham, Maidavale.
Multiple properties, bro. Millionaire.
You come from a wealthy background?
Definitely not so. Like my dad, first generation migrant. My mum moved from Devon and was working as like a youth worker in Brixton.
And for reference, Brixton is like the hood in London. So he didn't come from money, but he's a multi-millionaire from real estate, bro. Started off selling hookah.
My dad was doing the minicab.
Oh, he was a cab driver?
Yeah, minicab driver.
Oh, wow.
But he was doing that whilst like running a market stall, like selling, you know, the typical Nigerian wares.
Stuff, yeah.
And whilst also doing his training to become a solicitor. The way I always look at things is obviously with my dad being like a first generation migrant, he's come and he's taken things so far, and it's my job to kind of run with it and see how far I can take things until I pass it.
What was it like growing up in London for you?
Yeah, I think like as a kind of mixed race, English, Nigerian, like it was interesting because back then there was no WizKid, there was no Burner Light. So being African wasn't cool in the way it is now. African culture is like, you know.
It's all over
massive,
the place now with
transcendent.
Afrobeats and Amapiano and all of that.
In everything.
Did you ever face racism at any point?
Yeah, but I think almost, and it sounds bad, but it's almost like it's just accepted. And then even becoming like a property investor and speaking to you about like, you know, walking into estate agents.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind at this point, I already own and have a property portfolio.
Yeah.
And before anyone's even looked up, they're just like, oh yeah, lettings is over there, mate. Because they're just assuming that you're not here to buy anything.
And that's why you got the orange Porsche.
Yeah. So when I park outside and they look up, they're gonna say, okay, what are you here for, brother?
Did you work at any company before?
But yeah, I always worked. I worked from like 15. Yeah.
What was your first job?
So my first ever job was at Primark. I went from Primark to Phones for You. There's only UK people gonna remember Phones for You. It used to be Phones for You. That was like the symbol for the thing. Before even starting that job, you have to go on a 5-day training course to Birmingham where they teach you how to sell, how to build relationships. And then I did that for a few years whilst I think setting up the shisha business, then went full-time into shisha. In terms of really understanding property, I always say this to people, like property isn't any different from any other type of business. Like if tomorrow, if you want to sell sandwiches, you're going to go somewhere, you're going to say, okay, how much will they buy these sandwiches for? You say, okay, they're going to buy sandwiches for £5. You then go to Tesco, Sainsbury's, how much can I get bread? How much can I get cheese, the butter, all the ingredients for? Okay, great. What do I want as my time for making them, and are people gonna buy them? As long as there's a margin in the middle, you can make money, and it's the same with property. And I think too many people get lost in the fact that they think they need to be a solicitor, they need to be an architect, they need to be a builder.
Yeah.
You buy in the expertise, and a lot of the time what you are as a property developer, you need to be able to do the deal analysis, and then you're a project manager. So a lot of the skill sets you have from other jobs are gonna be really translatable to wanting to invest in property.
Woo. Later in this video,
yo, y'all should, man, they gotta clip that, man, because a lot of people think it's so complicated to be a real estate investor. People often think that you have to be a real estate agent to be a real estate investor, and that's simply not true. You can literally just learn the business, purchase your first property using leverage, where you don't have to use much of your money. I recommend getting an FHA loan if you are just starting out in house hack and live in the house for a year. If you buy like a duplex, triplex, or fourplex, live in one of the units for a year, move out, and then rent out that vacant unit. And then you have a cash flowing property after a year. And hopefully you break even while you're still living in that one unit. But that's how a lot of people start, from the bottom. People come here from different countries, immigrate here in the US, and they buy their first property using an FHA loan, rent out the other units, and then they live in a unit, and then they pretty much live for free. And then they move out after a year and they have a cash flowing property. Guys, owning real estate is the everyday normal person's key to wealth. Stop renting and start thinking about purchasing, because prices are not going to be coming down anytime soon. Prices are going to continue to climb over time. And I promise you, if you don't think about buying now, you are going to feel the pain when the rental prices exceed what they are now, and then you're priced out even from renting. It's going to happen.
This is going to show me his biggest property deal, which made him over £500,000. But before he does that, I'd love to talk about Saley, the sponsor of today's booking. So it works in over data. If you love to support,
do it live, guys.
Is it easy to get into real estate space generally?
Realistically, the main barrier to entry in real estate is capital.
Yep.
Because it's not cheap.
Yeah.
So but if you have money, it's not difficult to get into it. But when the market's like it is now, where the market's a bit tougher, prices are kind of stagnating, anybody can get into it, but it's about how good you can be in the space. Because anyone can go and buy a property, but it's can you add value? Can you buy properties that yield really well, properties that make good investment vehicles? This is another property we have. We're in Tooting now, so we're giving you the real tour of Southwest London today.
We've gone across London today, man.
Exactly, we're other side of the river now. So behind me, this property we actually bought with planning permission, and this is sort of like a little magic trick. So we took it and bought it as a 1-bedroom flat, and we've turned it into 2 flats. So 1 2-bed and 1 1-bed.
Oh, that's so smart.
How many bedrooms before?
So it was just built. So it was purchased as 1 1-bedroom flat.
Oh wow!
And now we've got 2 flats.
How is that possible? How are you multiplying it?
So it's not witchcraft. Okay. What we've basically done is we've extended up into the loft. So the loft conversion is where the additional flat is. And then along with the loft conversion, we've also done internal reconfigurations to maximize the space.
Oh, this guy knows exactly what he's doing, man. Oh my gosh. He turned 1 1-bedroom apartment or a house into 2 different apartments. Crazy. And he pretty much doubled his money, man. He's about to have $1 million listing or £1 million listing. This guy is a wizard, bro. If you're not learning a little bit from this, you have to pick up some of the gems from this video, because I'm picking up a lot, because I'm a real estate investor as well, and I don't know everything. And I love to learn additional things that I did not know before about real estate investing, that this is going to change the game, bro. This guy is on a good route. Wow.
So this is the 2-bedroom flat. You'll see it, obviously the last flat, we were very much in a case where it wasn't staged. But a lot of the time when you stage a property, somebody might look at this and feel like, oh, it's just a kitchen, but you put a sofa here, a coffee table, you set where the TV would go, and people can really then envisage themselves living and using the space.
Yeah.
Bruh. This is the family bathroom.
Woo!
This typically would have been just like 1 bedroom, but it's now the 2 bedrooms. Obviously slightly smaller, but you can still see, again, through the use of furniture, you can see how they would work. As you know,
have like a TV here.
Exactly, you could have a TV here, you could have your wardrobe up there. This is flat number 1, and then upstairs you've got the 2nd flat.
This
was just the entrance to the whole flat.
Oh, okay.
But we've separated it, put a staircase going up, and then made this an additional flat. So now you've got the master bedroom with a roof terrace.
Oh, this boy making money, bro.
This is proper space management.
Yeah, so you've got your small micro kitchen, exactly, sort of set back, so it's not in your way. And then over here, obviously for yourself, obviously it doesn't have the most head height, but obviously if you're watching TV,
like me now,
you can't use all of the room. But as soon as you're sitting down, it's still cool, right? You can still enjoy the space.
Oh, this is nice. This is actually nice. Not even for the video. This is nice. So I recently saw an article online where it says that you and your community, you've done over £50 million in property.
Over the last 18 months, collectively, that's the GDV.
Bro, 18 months, a year and a half, this guy made 50 million pounds. This guy is making bread, bro, from real estate. Guys, if you are working a 9 to 5 that you hate and you don't like at all, make an exit strategy. And 9 times out of 10, if you're not like business minded, you don't own a business or anything. If you work at a 9-to-5 or a job that you hate, make an exit strategy and make it in real estate, bro. Buy real estate. This is your way out. This is your way out of your 9-to-5 that you hate. The stress from your 9-to-5. Make that your driving force to put up money to buy your first property. This is telling, bro. He made 50 million pounds in 18 months from freaking real estate. Is mind-blowing.
50 million.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but I think it just shows the power of community. But also, I think people shouldn't get lost in the metrics of numbers like, oh, this person did 50 million, because I can go and show you somebody that did 100 million, someone that did 500 million, and you shouldn't get lost in that being your measure of success.
So for you, what is like your mission with real estate?
So I just genuinely love what I'm doing. Like if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it.
Oh, wow.
So I think the idea of taking like these rundown homes and creating like nice properties is amazing, but then also kind of changing what is the status quo of what a property developer looks like. Because when I first went to networking events, it was very much a case of very like much older, middle-class white males who dominated the industry. Now when we go to things like the UK Black Business Show, I'm meeting with like hundreds of property investors that look like me, sound like me. So being able to kind of share what is actually possible, for me, has been an amazing part of my journey personally.
So how much was your first sale in real estate?
The first property that I sold, I think I sold it for 310.
Did you buy that one or just?
So I bought that one as well. So I have never been an agent. So I've never actually been the person that sells and gets commission. I've always...
You don't have to be a real estate agent to be a real estate investor. Don't get it confused. You don't need all these licenses and stuff. Just get the capital for it. Whether you get it yourself or you use leverage. You borrow it.
It's been either the developer, the owner that purchased the property. So
what would you say is your biggest profit you've made on a single property?
Numbers wise, because I guess percentage is more important. Okay. So I'd say like there's some deals where, you know, made in excess of £500,000 from the deals. And that was
my gosh. £500,000 off of one deal? Bro, oh, that's not an L. That is not an L. I meant to do this. Dog, £500,000. That's almost 600,000 US dollars off of one real estate deal.
Profit, yeah. For argument's sake, I bought a house in Croydon for 450,000, spent a 400,000 renovating the property, doing a rear extension, side, loft conversion, and converted that to 4 flats. Then ended up selling that just over 1.35 million, so made around 500K profit. What was really nice about that one is actually, because it was 4 flats, got to name the building. So that one's actually named after my late grandmother, so it's called Khadija House. So that was a nice one as well.
Awesome, that's beautiful. Okay, so now we've talked about, mostly we've talked about the good parts and the amazing part. Did you face any problems? Because people who are hearing this might just be like, oh, this guy has had it smooth sailing, you know, it's been success to success. What are some of the problems you faced on your journey?
I think in terms of navigating, just finding the right people to work on alongside, now I've got like an amazing team from an architect, structural engineer, solicitor, mortgage broker. But I always say I had to kiss a lot of frogs to get there. I had to deal with the architects who had no idea what they were doing and just drew pretty pictures that would never get planning. Deal with like the solicitors that wouldn't get back to you. Deal with the builders that would run away with your money.
Oh wow, how'd that happen to you?
Yeah, so in terms of whether or not they wanted to or not, just people that are mid-build, they just overpromise and underdeliver. And now it's a case of, it's your name that's on the title. It's you that signed the personal guarantee. So even if it's their fault, you can't get stuck in, oh, well, it's not my fault, I'm gonna hope they resolve it.
How lucrative is the real estate market in the UK?
One thing that's great about the UK property space is the demand, because there is a very limited, we're not creating new land. We're not like Dubai. It's not like Nigeria where there's space to expand out to and build it. So if you look at like prices, it's very obvious where the value is. Zone 1, most expensive, and then it goes outwards from there like a nucleus. So for me at the moment, obviously the buy-to-let sector has been squeezed a lot through changes in taxation and things like that are affecting the profitability. So that's why I'm focusing on really flipping those properties and flipping with purpose. And then when I go to invest, I invest in stuff like HMOs. So that's like the house shares, house of multiple occupancies.
What about Airbnbs? Like maybe people who want to buy stuff like this and put it on an Airbnb to make money?
Airbnb, like I'm not good at Airbnb. I haven't got
Yeah, I'm glad that he brought it up like that, the Airbnb aspect of it, because a lot of places around the world are banning Airbnbs or creating laws that you cannot have Airbnbs anymore, especially in bigger cities like here in Vegas. It's illegal to have Airbnbs. I think in some parts of Miami, it's also illegal. So I'm glad he brought that up, because a lot of people will purchase properties or do like rental arbitrage, where they will rent out someone's house here and then put it up on Airbnb, and the profits from the Airbnb will pay for the rent for that place, and they can pocket the difference if there is any profit from that rental from that month. So I'm glad he brought it up, because myself, I'm like a long-term buy and hold type of guy. I'm not in it for Airbnb, because that is a very volatile business, and one simple law or one executive order can end Airbnb, just like how it did TikTok, right? TikTok ended overnight, right? And the app was gone. You couldn't access it. And just one law can impact your entire business if you have Airbnb. So I'm just a buy and hold type of guy, where I buy, I get it rented out, and make sure I'm cash flowing on that property. And that's a good way to do it too.
For the time, people doing prostitution in the house, people doing parties, drugs, whatever. Like, it's not worth it for me where I am. But at the same time, the few properties that I have on Airbnb, the ones that I have that I've kept, they do really well. They make 3 times the monthly rental income from those areas. So I think it's how much time do you have and how well can you systemize it. I'd say if you can get to like that magic number of maybe having like 5 to 10 that run really well in good areas that have high occupancy rates, it can work really well. And there's other things, not just Airbnb, like maybe looking at semi-independent living and assisted living. So that's where you rent your properties, not to the private rental tenants, but maybe the local authority that gives you a premium. So there are other ways to, even if the Airbnb market has been squeezed, to still utilize your assets more efficiently.
Oh, that's smart, dude.
What's your advice for anybody who is like, probably people on the other side of the screen who are watching this, who want to get into real estate from across the world? What's your advice to them as somebody who has been able to build a successful career out of it?
I would say, starting point, you make your money when you buy. If you buy at the wrong price, it doesn't matter how good you are, how right your refurb is, how good your power team is, how many people you know, the deal is always going to struggle from day one. So make sure as a starting point, you can do deal analysis to know what is a good price and not to overcommit too early. Secondly, I'd say specialization. Like, it's all really good to like see Instagram and be like, this person's doing new builds, this person's an agent, this person's doing deal sourcing, this person's doing airspace developments. And it's very easy to get that shiny penny syndrome of just chasing what looks flashy. But focus on doing one thing right, and you'll find those additional streams of incomes come through being able to just vertically and horizontally integrate other businesses into what you're already doing really well. My last thing, and this is specifically for people that maybe want to start flipping property but don't necessarily have the funds in place to do it, because a lot of people love the idea of real estate, but the reality is there's those capital restrictions. So I'd say if that is you and you're thinking, look, I love property, I think I'm going to be good at it, but I just don't have the money to buy right now, I'd highly recommend people become like deal sources in different spaces for a number of reasons. Firstly, you hone that skill set that's going to make you great at what you do when it comes to you flipping property. Secondly, you're going to build a network and connection of people within the industry, people that are selling deals, people that are buying them, and you're going to become like a person of influence as the go-between. And thirdly, it can pay really well, because if I find you a great deal, somewhere I say, look, bro, here's this deal, there's 100K profit in it, but my fee is 2K, my fee is 5K. There's 100K, you're happy to pay for that. So I think I would say becoming a deal sourcer is a great entryway to get into the property space without necessarily needing the financial backing of a number of other ventures.
So what's your plans for the future from here on out?
So I think the community's been running for around 18 months. PBK community, I've loved it and I've massively enjoyed the success that we've seen of the members. So growing that out in terms of not only growing the number of members that are in it, but what we offer. So looking to partner with lenders to have specific bespoke lending products to make it as efficient for our members as possible. From a personal goal as well, we've currently got property in Dubai, in the UK, and in Lagos in Nigeria.
What?
And I've always said I wanted to have properties in 5 countries So we're on 3 out of 5 at the moment.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Damn, bro.
I think that's all. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Bro. I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you so much. So guys, I'm going to link his YouTube channel and his pages down in the description below. You guys should definitely go and check it out and go and subscribe to his channel. He has a channel where he teaches like everything about real estate. And
bro,
as always, if you guys love this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Bro. I didn't even know I was gonna have that type of like real estate lesson, guys, and that was truly inspiring. I gotta get up. I gotta get on it, man. It's time for me to purchase my first rental property, man. I want to check out this guy's YouTube channel really quick before we end the live. Does he have it here? Yeah, Property by KZ. Oh no, this is IG. No, I don't want to see his IG. Where's his? Okay, it's right here. Let's see. I'm gonna definitely subscribe. Oh man. So property versus start a business. 10 million in 3 years is great. Oh man. I'm gonna probably binge watch a lot of this over the weekend because I am going to be purchasing my first rental property within about a month or two. Wow, 5. Wow. Yo, this guy is a treasure trove of knowledge. Oh my gosh. $0 to 1 million in 11 months. Yeah, y'all, man, this is gonna be great, man. Let's see, we got, man, Charles all over the chat, man. Shout out to Charles. Charles is super duper active in the chat, man. So if you guys are still watching this live, man, definitely contribute to the chat. Let's start a conversation about investing in Africa, investing like overall, right? Investing is probably going to be the best wealth building vehicle that you can have, whether it's in stocks, real estate, even crypto to a degree, if you're okay with that type of volatility. But investing overall, using your active income to purchase assets to make a passive source of income is the way to financial freedom. So let's see. Knowledge is wealth, man. I'm gonna highlight that one. Knowledge is wealth. That is very true. A lot of things that were mentioned in each of the videos here, there was a common theme of purchasing real estate. So the first one with Wodamaya, towards the end of that video, he mentioned that he purchased property because of the influence from his mentor that just passed away. And in the second video with Stephen Ndukwu, we had all of the African people in Nigeria purchase huge mansions, and they just never lived in them, which is pretty funny. They never live in these mansions, but purchasing and acquiring real estate was the going theme, and I didn't plan it out that way. It just happened. And guys, you see these very wealthy people, they built their wealth from absolutely nothing with real estate. So please, if you have the capital, even if you don't have the capital, figure out a way to work your butt off in your active income to acquire property. You can get a down payment, go to the bank, get a pre-approval, find the property you want to purchase. Hopefully it's a duplex or above, and purchase that property and then get it rented out. And that's how you make money. You make sure that property cash flows and the numbers make sense, and you're solid, bro, and just rinse and repeat. That's how you become a $50 million guy, like we just saw in the Tayo Aina video. In 18 months, he made 50 million pounds, bro. That's almost 60 million US dollars. So I think that's about it, guys. We stayed on the live for about 1 hour and 45 minutes on both YouTube channels. So we're live on Tripping with Jay and Jay Reacts as well. And I wanted to get back to basics with how I built Tripping with Jay to 20,000 subscribers. And we did 3 reactions, man. So this is back to basics. But I appreciate everyone, Charles especially. Thank you for tuning into the live. My name is Jay, and if you guys are not already subscribed, I highly recommend that you guys subscribe to the channel. And that is going to be it for today's live, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend, and Happy New Year to every one of you, and have a great rest of your January and a great start to your February. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.